Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Neo. It is time to revamp this set on my own hands. I do have a video for it released. Definitely check this out. I've had it for about a week and I love that set. We just snapped for magic, but we're completely starting fresh. So I went in and removed the set completely. I really love that set, but the shape was just not it for me. I'm not a coffin kind of girl and I wanted just a broader shape to my nails, so I actually just went in with some 4XL stiletto tips from Zule, and I've been loving them. Cut them down and then shape them to kind of fit the tapered square shape that I personally love. So I went in with my normal prep. I like to spray my cuticle area with some alcohol. It just helps to moisten and disinfect further. Then I am going in with this diamond bit. It's a cone bit or a football bit actually. And I'm just going around my cuticles back and forth just to lift up any dead skin. I did have that set for about a week, so it wasn't significant lifting. I mean, not lifting, but growth of cuticle, but I grow fairly thick cuticle, so it's always important that I do this prep just to maintain my nails. Funny enough though, like I don't wear my nails really long. Like a week for me is really long. Usually I'm changing my nails every 4 to 5 days just because I get really bored. And it's kind of like if you can do your own nails, then you definitely just change them whenever you want to. So that's pretty funny. But yes, we're just starting off with some prep work here. Nothing crazy. I have my e-file at a very low speed. Basically, when you turn on the e-file, I have the Coupa Me file. It does not have an LED or dial display, so I actually don't know what speed I'm using. But once you turn it on, it just starts rotating at this very low speed. So my guess is about 3,000 to 5,000 RPM. Once done with that, I'm taking my sanding band or arbor band, whatever you call it. This is a medium grit from Young Nails, and I'm just buffing my natural nail, removing any excess cuticle that I might see, even using it on my skin to kind of clean up the if there's dead skin like on my side walls or anything like that, and blending the tip. I want a nice seamless transition from my natural nail to the tip. I'm going to go in with this 80/80 grit hand file and just taper in the tips slightly. So they are a broad stiletto and they're really broad as in the thickness or the width of them. So I like to go in and just taper them slightly, not in a coffin way, but definitely I love a long tapered square. It's just so my jam. Love this shape. So I've actually gone back to my original OG prep system. This is the Mia Secret prep. So the Mia Secret dehydrator, the extra bond, and then a thin coat of the Young Nails protein bond. The set that I'm working on now was actually inspired by another YouTuber. I will link her video down below, but I was scrolling through YouTube on my phone and saw her screenshot for the set, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. I did alter it a little bit, but it was definitely inspired by that. It's so cute and tropical, and I was so excited to try it, and really proud of myself because we did a lot of hand designing. That's a thing right now. I'm doing a lot of hand art when usually I do a lot of like acrylic work, encapsulation, but I've been pushing myself, and it's been really cool to kind of see what I'm capable of, for sure. I'm just starting off with a clear coat of acrylic. I'm using the Young Nails Core Clear, nothing crazy. I'm also using the Young Nails Monomer, and I'm just giving myself a nice clear foundation of acrylic to build up on later. So now we're getting to the fun stuff. So we are going tropical. This set, legit, when I think of the word tropical nails, this is literally what I think of. Think of like palm trees and flamingos and green and pink, like you're getting that today. So I'm starting off with this beautiful kind of sheer white color from Not Polish. This is called Purple White. It is one of their glow colors, and it glows bright purple. Guys, like when I say it glows bright purple, I think I have a picture in this video towards the end where you can see how intense the glow is, but it's a really gorgeous, and I really like it because it's kind of like a milky white. So it's a 2-for-1. You get that purple glow, but it's a nice soft kind of milky white. I'm actually thinking of using this on a client who requested like a strawberry and cream kind of set, and I've been like looking through my whites to be like, which white am I going to use? And I think it might be this one. But just building up a good, you know, structured nail with this acrylic. I'm gonna do this on my pinky and on my pointer finger. And I'm so loving the clean and smooth application there of the white. So I started off with the white because it's the brightest color, and I'm gonna get gradually darker. This color is called Pink Up. It's by iGel Beauty. It's not one of their best colors. It is very, very patchy. It marbles, and as you can see, it's very, very difficult to work with. So I decided to change up my tactic and just work smaller in terms of beads. It kind of sets immediately. You know, with iGel Beauty colors, it's hit or miss. Sometimes you might buy two of the same color and they react completely differently, but this color I really wanted for the pink of it all. I felt like it was just a really, you know, gorgeous pink color to use, but it definitely wasn't working like how the not polished acrylic work, which is totally fine. You just have to, you know, alter your application to kind of make it work for you. So I'm gonna clear cap this nail. I'm gonna clear cap all the nails really, but this nail and the next color that I'm using also gave me a little bit, it just wasn't the type of acrylic that I'm used to working with. So I decided to just, you know, get it on for coverage and then clear cap a little bit later. So this color Pink Up is going on my ring finger and on my thumb. Just making sure to be very careful with my application. You see me always swiping my sidewalls. I want to maintain the shape of my nails. That's something that's really important to me. I feel like if you work smarter, then you don't have to work as hard. And what I mean by that is like if my acrylic application is nice and clean, I'm not warping my shape, then I have less e-filing to do, less hand filing to do. It just makes the process faster and just smoother. One thing that I'm also just going to say is that I started with my lighter colors because I didn't want to mess up my monomer. I'm going to be using, the colors are going to get gradually darker. And if I had started with that dark color and then tried to do this white nail, I'm pretty sure the white would not have come out as clean as it did. So just keep that in mind if you're someone who's working with multiple colors, or just use a smaller dapping dish that you can like dump out. I don't like to do that because like it's a waste or whatever, but just work from lightest to darkest so that way you're not contaminating your monomer or your brush or your acrylic application. And you know, I have been loving thumb applications. I don't know why, but just loving the way I'm applying acrylic to my thumb. This is the final color of the set, and it's definitely dark and definitely has a ton of pigment in it. My brush was like green afterwards. Even tapping on the napkin, it was just really, really runny and really, really pigmented. This is a green from Zule's acrylics, and it's a really, really gorgeous color. You can see it kind of staining the top of my nail. This one feels like it doesn't have a lot of actual acrylic in it. It feels like it's very heavy on the pigment side. So again, I had to kind of modify my application style and just try to get coverage on the nail versus trying to build up structure. I was just kind of like, yeah, I'm just going to get it on, make it nice and clean, good coverage, and then I'll just clear cap a little bit. And here's what that's looking like. These colors kind of look random. You're kind of like, wait, what the heck is going on? But we are going tropical. So I have this really gorgeous sticker set that I've had for a while now. I think I got it on AliExpress randomly, and it totally worked out fine. So I believe in the other YouTuber's channel, she did like stamp art. And I was just like, I've got stickers. I'm just gonna use my stickers. So I'm picking up some random leaves. I want a lot of greenery on these white nails. We will be encapsulating these with a little extra stuff later, but I'm just trying to get the vibe of like palm leaves and monstera leaves and different things like that. I'm going to add a few of the flowers just to add a little, there you go, add a little bit of the flower to kind of tie in with the pink nails. And then I'm going to add a bird of paradise, I think, on a different finger, but just basically trying to incorporate as many greens as possible on the white nails, and then a few colors of the pink flowers, just so that we incorporate the pink that's on the other solid acrylic nails as well. So I've mentioned it before in a previous video or previous videos, but whenever it comes to encapsulating stickers, it's always best to just go in quickly with a base coat. You can see it's like super messy. I'm not even like really caring. I dropped a dabble up on my hand and just threw it back on the nail. But what this does is it protects the pigment on the sticker from rubbing off with monomer. That is something that happens to me so much, and I've just learned that it's just better safe than sorry. Just, you know, coat your stickers with base coat before encapsulating so that you don't have to worry about that. That definitely happened in another set that I posted recently. I will post that in the cards for you to check out. Really gorgeous kind of like orange phoenix set, and I you know, struggled with a client where I didn't encapsulate one of the stickers and we lost the sticker. It was super dramatic and like heartbreaking. But I am now going in with these really fine tinsel rose gold and gold foil pieces. I just felt like we needed a little bit of sparkle on these white nails, and it was so cute, and just add a little touch of gold, which I really love. I am just, you see it's sticking to the nail. That base coat also has an inhibition layer, so these gold foil pieces are just sticking in there nicely, nothing crazy. So I mentioned in the beginning of the video that I wanted a flamingo on my nail. So in my mind, when I saw that inspiration set, I knew immediately on the green nail, I had to have a flamingo. And I had this gorgeous neon kind of Miami vibes sticker set, but none of the flamingos were as big as I wanted it to be. So I said to myself, we're gonna try and draw a flamingo. So I have that sticker set sitting close by, and we're just gonna try and make it happen. But I want it to look like a neon sign. So what I'm doing is I mixed some hot pink paint, gel paint, with base coat to basically make it sheer, and you kind of see me drawing a very sheer, like sheared out pigment shape of the flamingo. When doing like neon signs, you kind of want to work from the bottom up. So you don't want to start with your bright colors. You kind of want to start dull, and every single coat add a little bit more pigment to your polish so that it looks like it's glowing. We want that glow effect. So like in the background, you'll see like faint kind of glow of the pink, and on top you have that super bright neon pink and white outline. So that's pretty much how I figured it out. I've never done neon nails before. Oh, neon nails, and I'm neo nails, right? I've never done them before, but it was cool, and I was really nervous about drawing the flamingo in general. I'm not gonna lie, this was my second try. The first one, I think I drew his legs way too long and didn't have space for his big old neck and head, but I made it happen. I'm gonna call him Frank the Flamingo. Frank the Flamingo definitely, you know, came out not too bad, especially because I've never done it before, but I'm so pushing myself in terms of drawing. But yeah, you can't really see what I'm doing here, but that's the whole point. I want it to be a really sheer kind of faded effect in the background, and then every single layer that I draw over is going to get darker and brighter. I guess not darker, but like more intense and brighter in the actual color. I'm going to cure for 60 seconds to lock this down, and then we're going to add another layer on top of this flamingo. So you see I've got my palette down below. All I do to make the color slightly more pigmented is I added a little bit of white and a little bit more of, you see I'm mixing in the darker pinks so that we get not a full on pink, but I still want it to be slightly sheer and a little bit kind of milky, which is why I added the white. And I'm basically gonna go over the exact lines, but with a tinier application. So you want that kind of burst. The first application, you want it to kind of be a thick edge or thick lines, and then the lines get thinner and thinner so that that thicker kind of glowy, you know, layer that we did in the back, the first layer kind of shows underneath the thinner lines. So the lines are going to get thinner and thinner, but I'm literally just drawing over exactly what I did before. You're still going to be able to see the first layer kind of, I guess, like spilling out underneath this layer, but I'm just going to do this multiple times and eventually it'll look like it's kind of glowing, which is the point of this set. So at this point, I kind of felt like I was losing that first layer and I wasn't getting as much of the glow that I wanted. So I'm actually going in with that first color, which is just a lot of base coat with that pink. And I'm just drawing really sloppily over the second line that I did. And it's just adding that very faint glow effect around that dark pink line that we just did. Hopefully you can see it a tiny bit. I am just wanting there to be a faint shadow of that kind of sheer pink color around these lines so that it does look like it's glowing a little bit more. And I'm curing in between every single layer of Frank the Flamingo. All right, so the lines are getting thinner and deeper or brighter in color. So now I've mixed a white with another hot pink layer. So it's a lot more pigmented, as you can see, and it's getting brighter. And hopefully you'll be able to see the glow effect happening here when you have the super dark, I keep saying dark, but you know what I mean, like the super vivid color on top where everything else is kind of faded. It kind of just looks like it's glowing, and I'm being very careful to use a very tiny application. We don't want this to spill over and cover that glow area that we added already. And then once happy, I'm just going to cure Frank down again. Here's yet a deeper color layer of the hot pink, just making sure that it's getting brighter and brighter with every single layer. Same exact thing that I did before. We're just coating Frank over. It's so funny that I'm calling this bird Frank, but you know, Frank is the flamingo. Just going over it with more layers so that it gets brighter and brighter against that dark green background. And finally, it wouldn't be a neon set if we didn't have that super bright white neon glow. So I'm actually going in even tinier than before because we want to see that last layer of the hot pink. And I am just carefully drawing as thin as I can a super bright white line over Frank to kind of just be like, yes, this is a neon sign. We've got a glowing, beautiful flamingo. Frank is in the building. Once happy, I'm going to cure, and then he is set on that nail. And there he is. I think, 10 points for me because I have never drawn a flamingo before. And it was my first time, and I think I did a good job with the neon effect. Definitely gonna consider trying it in the future. I'm also really interested in trying that airbrush effect. I know that you can do it like with an airbrush, but like I think there's a way to kind of draw it like backwards, like how we did with the neon sign as well. So I'm definitely thinking of doing it in an airbrush design. I'm just trying to figure out what client I'm gonna do it on. I don't know if any of you feel that way, but I'm always kind of like thinking of designs in my head and thinking, okay, which client would this be really great for? Or, which client has a vibe that would go great for this kind of set? In terms of the video, I am just clear capping all of the nails, especially the ones with the stickers and Frank the Flamingo. We want to make sure that he is nice and protected, and those stickers and the gold foil are set as well. I'm going in with a medium grit carbide bit. It is a non-safety, and we are just cleaning up the surface of the nail with my e-file and debulking wherever necessary. After e-filing, I like to go in with my hand file. This is the same 80/80 grit, and we're just going to be maintaining the shape. I like it to be nice and crisp, and I find that with the application, like I was saying earlier, if you do your acrylic application really smoothly and then you work with your e-file, then you have so much less work to do. As you can see, I'm not doing very much work, just trying to make it nice and crisp. I like my shape to be nice and sharp, and then going up and down on that free edge. It's my hand, so I have to kind of brace it. I'm like making gang signs. Hopefully I'm not offending anybody, but I got to brace that finger because the nail's a little bit long, and you know, I need a sharp shape on the tip of that nail. Nothing crazy. Just taking a buffing block and smoothing out the surface and bottom of the nails. I also feel like this helps to remove any acrylic that might be sitting around the sides of the nail as well on the skin. That's just what I do. I want the nails to be super smooth to the touch, and yes, just taking my time to quickly buff my nails. And here are what those nails look like. We're gonna snap for magic. We're nice and clean and ready to go. So I sprayed my hands down with alcohol, but I'm just going in with a lint-free wipe, and I'm just going to remove any dust and really squeegee these nails nice and dry, as well getting rid of any possible debris that might be there from all of that filing. We are gonna add some bling. So I'm going in with my Bling Gel method, where you add some Bling Gel, you cover it with top coat, kind of float your top coat over it, and then you stick your pieces into that gel. So I'm using the Two Guys Bling Gel. It's a no wipe, which is really cool as well. Most Bling Gels have that inhibition layer that you have to wipe off, and then while you're wiping, you're snagging your rhinestones and your pieces, whatever. But this is a non-wipe, so if you wanted to, you could completely coat the nail with that Bling Gel, add your pieces, cure, and then it'd be good to go. I'm cleaning my sidewalls. I'm using Knot Polish's Gloss It, and then I have already built up a rhinestone pattern on my table, and I am just going to do that on this pink finger, my ring finger. So this design I love, and I'm kind of like, this is so cute. I want to do this on one of my clients. I have in my mind, I want to do a black set on one of my clients, but I know it's still summertime-ish, so I'm gonna wait for fall. Maybe a gray set. Ooh, that would be cute. But yes, I'm just using some gold rope charms and some crystal AB rhinestones and some gold caviar beads. It's been a while since I've used caviar beads on a nail, and I don't know why I stopped. Like, I think that they're so fantastic, and they just add so much dimension and texture to a nail that I think is really cool. So I'm just taking my time placing those rhinestones into the 2 layers of gel. One thing that I always talk about in terms of Bling Gel is that it moves. Gravity is a factor. So I'm making sure to really keep my hand kind of flat, so that the rhinestones don't shift to one side or another, especially when doing these caviar beads. You might work on one side and then you look at your nail and all of the rhinestones have like shifted to the right or shifted to the left. So I'm trying to work as quickly as possible and keep my hand as flat as possible so that nothing runs back towards the cuticle, or the rhinestones don't kind of slip out of this formation. But I think this is super gorgeous rhinestone design here. Once happy with it, I'm going to clean my sidewalls and then cure for 60 seconds. And because we already added top coat, this set, I mean not the set, but that finger will be done. So I added bling on one finger. It's only right that I add bling to the other pink nail. Actually, all of the nails except for Frank the Flamingo's nail is going to get some, just a touch of bling. But on the pink nail, I had to add some more bling. In this case, we're going with some cuticle bling, which is why I'm concentrating most of the Bling Gel back around that cuticle area. It doesn't really need to be at the tip of the nail because nothing's going over there. Then I'm going to go in with the Gloss It top coat, and it's important to not really brush too hard onto the Bling Gel method. You kind of want to just float that polish, the top coat on top, so it kind of just acts as a second layer. It fills in the ridges and it smooths out the nail for you. If you brush really hard, then you're just going to be wiping away that Bling Gel. So I'm cleaning up my sidewalls, making sure that's nice and clean. We don't want to warp that beautiful shape. And I'm going to do something similar at the cuticle area. So using another braided rope charm, and then just adding some crystal AB rhinestones and some gold caviar beads to kind of make the cuticle cuff real sparkly. Once done, I'm going to clean my sidewalls and cure for another 60 seconds, and the thumb will be done. Finally, the last 2 nails that are going to get just a touch of bling are the 2 white nails. So I'm adding Bling Gel to the entirety of both of these nails, adding top coat, and I'm just going to take super tiny crystal AB rhinestones and just kind of scatter them around the nail. I just thought it added a touch of something sparkly and gave it just a little bit more texture. Not that it needed it, because it has palm leaves and flowers and gold foil and it glows in the dark, but I just like a little bit of extra sparkle. I mean, sparkle makes the world go round anyway. And to wrap up this set, we cannot leave Frank the Flamingo behind. All he's getting is a nice coat of glossy top coat. I'm gonna clean him up, cure, and then this set is basically done. Here's what that's looking like. Super bright, super fun. I'm so proud to have been pushing myself and saw that picture. Shout out to that nail tech. I'm gonna definitely link her video below. Like if you like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.